Okay. I hope you can see me. Hi guys, welcome. Why did I kind of sound Australian then? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming the ever revolving TBR or monthly wrap-ups. So we are coming to the end of February. It is the 27th today, and I'm also going to include the book that I know I'm going to finish tonight, just so it's one more. So after the book I'm going to finish tonight, I will have read 21 books this year out of my goal of 75. So I'm 9 books ahead on my Goodreads reading challenge. And basically, I'm going to take you through the books I read this month. Some of them have been for videos that you've seen. Some of them aren't. Some of them are for videos I haven't edited yet. So I've got my hot chocolate. Get cozy, and we're just going to have a chat. Okay, first up, this month I read A Court of Thorn and Roses. Now there is a full spoiler reading vlog of this on my channel, and if you've seen that reading vlog, you'll know I gave this book a 4.75 stars out of 5. I loved this book. I don't want anyone to think that I didn't, because I know the book series gets better. I loved this book. I loved everything about this book. There was literally nothing I hated, but I couldn't give it a 5-star. There was just something in me that was like, no, there's more potential here. And I know a lot of people think, or a lot of people find that the following books in the series are actually where it starts to pick up a little bit. So I am so excited to read the next one, and I have been keeping my eye out, and I am going to read it when I find it in a shop, but I've not come across it in a shop yet. The next book I read was actually a rewritten classic, like a retold classic of Louisa M. Alcott's Little Women. It is like a children's bedtime fairy tale version, and I gave this 3 stars because I know in the original text there's like actual differences in the plot and the narrative, and it's one of my favourite movies, and I did read the movie before reading the book, blah blah blah, it's fine. I know the original text would be rated higher if I'd read the original text, and I do have plans to have the original text, however I didn't. I just don't own it, basically. But I gave this a 3-star. I thought it was great, especially for the context in which it's sat in, so like children bedtime stories, bellissima. If I had like a kid, I would read it to them and they would fall in love, and it would be phenomenal, and I would be so happy because my kid loves stories that I love. The following book is the first book in a video that I filmed that I'm not going to tell you about because the wrap-up kind of spoils it. Anyway, it is The Family Upstairs by Lisa Jewell. I gave this a 3.5. which is kind of bang average and really good. I did rate it a bang average because I really don't remember much. I did talk to a friend who reads books, a bookish friend, and she had read this book and the second book, which is The Family Remains, in January. So I asked her if the second book was worth it because there were some characters in this book I actually hated, and I wasn't a huge fan of Lisa Jewell's writing, but like it was an okay book. She was like, it's okay if you want to like hear more about these particular things, and I was like, oh okay. I don't know if I'm gonna read the second one. I might if I come across it in a library, but I don't think it's something I want to own. If you're really into murder mysteries, you might really enjoy this book. I found it's triple POV, and basically it follows a brother, sister, and then a child who is like 25, but like not a child, but like, if that makes sense. I don't want to spoil anything because I feel like some people might really love this, but I just really didn't. The book I read after that was Politics and Passion by Anya Ostoya, and I gave this a 2-star. I felt the inclusion of graphics and the artwork actually obstructed from what the message in the essay was actually about, and I felt like it really blunted it, even though visually it was a really cool book, and I would recommend if you're into like photo books or art books and stuff like that with more socio-political themes, it's really cool. But from a reading standpoint, a bit stinky, but I understand why they made it. Okay, next I read An Ode to Darkness by, there's a hair on it. An Ode to Darkness by Sigrid Sandberg. And I gave this a 3 stars. Looking back on it, I think I would probably give it a 4, 3.5, 4. Because I've been thinking about this a lot. If you don't know what this book is, basically it's sort of like a fiction, non-fiction, and it's about this writer who is thinking about stars and darkness and Ode to Darkness, and how artificial light has really like become this thing in life that we can't live without, and how when someone is face to face or confronted with total darkness, like in northern Norway, in Svalbard, northern Norway, they often become frightened, but there's obviously nothing there because you're there during the daytime and not much would change. And it's sort of like, it is exactly what the title says, it's an ode to darkness. It's about like appreciating death and not death, it's about appreciating darkness for all that it gives us. Like it gives us the ability to view the stars, to see the sky. And I also tabbed some things, just stuff that I liked. Okay, so she's talking about depression, and she says, but might all this have something to do with natural and artificial light and darkness? I've heard something about a hormone, a darkness hormone called melatonin, which supposedly plays a very important role in all of this, and which is inextricably linked to serotonin. I've been meaning to find out more about it. So she talks about how darkness can help with like regulation and stuff like that. I really liked it. It's a really small book. If you want one more book to help beef up your Goodreads reading bonanza, I would recommend. Next book I'm really excited to talk about, but I'm not going to say too much because I do have a video coming out where this book is like the focal point. But I have I read it over Valentine's Day, kind of romantic, and I gave it a 5 stars. It's Book Lovers by Emily Henry, my second Emily Henry book. A very big leg up from You and Me on Vacation because I kind of didn't like that one. I found it really mid. But oh my god, Charlie. What? Right. Okay, so I annotated this book, and I didn't at the start because I was like, I'm not gonna like anything, blah, blah, blah. And then I got like probably like here, and I was like, I'm gonna start annotating. So I did. So I just picked up my pen whenever something like fanciful came up. And they're at a town council meeting. Semi-spoilers, but not really. They're at a town council meeting. And tell me if this reminds you of any of your favourite like chick flick TV shows from the noughties. I jumped in my seat as Charlie slides into the chair beside me. Not much. Dave just filed a motion to rename every Peter in town to something less pornographic. Did anyone cry yet? Charlie asks. People cry? I whisper. He drops his mouth beside my ear. Next time, try to not look so excited at the thought of misery. It will help you blend in better. And tell me it does not remind you of Luke and Lorelai from Gilmore Girls, because that is the exact, I literally wrote it, that is the exact vibe I got when reading this book. And I laughed, I cried, I loved it. Like, oh my god, I can't. And what really sucks is this is a version from the works. So like it's just like the print quality is a bit lower. I kind of want like the American covers just like another. I loved it. If you're, my mum's calling me. I'm so sorry. Bonjour.
Bonjour, you're not on your own?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm editing what you're watching right now, obviously, and I stopped talking about book lovers. And I didn't realise that after I got off the phone with my parents that I didn't finish what I was saying. I don't remember what I was going to say. But I'm guessing you know how much I love the book. So if you haven't read it and you really like romances, there's a chance that you have read it. But like if you haven't, go read it. Is all I have to say. My mum... Oh my god. So basically I don't get enough student loan because the government hate me. So I have no money and also have to pay rent and stuff, which is extortionately high. And my mum just transferred me the money and then she put my dad on the phone and my dad doesn't shut up. Oh my god. Okay. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th book I read this month, though technically 7th, 8th and 9th, because it is Ali Hazelwood's Love to Love You collection of novellas. I rated this a 4-star. I love the books. So we have Under One Roof, Stuck With You and Below Zero. I think my favourite is Below Zero. Is it? Yeah. Okay, my favourite is Below Zero, which is about Hannah and not Hannah. I actually don't remember, but I know, but I really enjoyed the bonus chapter. Why do I not remember their names? Anyway, Below Zero was my favourite. If you've read these, let me know which one was your favourite. My dad said on the phone, have we made you lose your train of thought by like interrupting you? And I said no, and now I don't know what to say. So, yes Dad, yes you have. I really loved it. I had to read it in February because how could you not read covered in love hearts not in February? You know, I really liked it. I don't know what else to say. Oh, my mind is literally gone blank. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. After Live to Love You, I read The No-Show by Beth O'Leary, which I rated a 4.5 stars. Now, Beth O'Leary is one of my favourite authors. She is a British comfort author for me. The Flatmate, one of my favourite books. The Switch, so endearing and charming. The Road Trip, kind of a little bit feisty and a little bit sad. The No-Show, I was sceptical, okay? Call me a skeptic. The first 100 pages were kind of boring, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was like, can this chick hurry up? Like, I'm bored, like, we get it. Like, Joseph Carter is not the man, he's cheating on all 3 of you, and I was like, those were my thoughts. We add on another 150 pages, I'm like, okay, I'm kind of understanding each of the relationships. Joseph Carter is like breaking things off with particular women, but like keeping things going with some women. And then we get to like page 270-ish, a bit 300-ish, I don't really know when, but like towards the end of the book, and a plot twist happens, and you don't usually see plot twists like this in romance books, and I was not expecting this. And basically I'm going to tell you, so if you don't want to hear a spoiler for this particular book, it's not really a big spoiler, I'm sure you could have figured it out if you weren't stupid like me, but basically skip to this time if you don't want to hear it. So basically, what it is that Siobhan, Miranda and Jane, who are the 3 women in the book, all happen in different years. I did not know this. Siobhan died in like 2015, 2016 I think. Miranda got with Joseph Carter in 2018 and Jane is 2019. And Jane is the one that he ends up with, and I always thought he was going to end up with Jane. And I was like, obviously at the front I didn't know they weren't the same year. And I kid you not, when I read, because he's having a fight with Miranda about who this Siobhan chick is, because Joseph never deleted the stuff off his phone because she died, like he's grieving, like fucking valid. She didn't know, he didn't know, he knew that she didn't know, and she was like, who the fuck is Siobhan? And then Joseph Carter was like, it doesn't matter, and she was like, who's Siobhan? You have to tell me who Siobhan is. And Joseph's like, Siobhan was, Joseph was like, Siobhan was over 2 years ago, and she was like, but she was too angry, it's too late to go back. And obviously, then Miranda gets of age, and it's like really cute. But the turnaround saved this book. Would I like this book so much if the turnaround wasn't as good? Probably not a chance. Okay? But I kind of loved it, I'm not gonna lie. It's cute. I've added it to my collection of How Wonderful books. I'm so excited for The Wake Up Call, coming out in April, I believe. Now, the book that I'm going to finish tonight, so technically will be part of my February reading, is Twist of Gold by Michael Morpurgo. Michael Morpurgo is my childhood author. Everyone has one. Usually it's like Jacqueline Wilson or something like that. Hold on. Usually it's like Jacqueline Wilson, another one like that, J.K. Rowling maybe. But I didn't read Harry Potter books as a kid because I'm not basic. But basically, what am I saying? Yeah, Twist of Gold. Basically, I'm gonna give it like a 2-star. And I know I'm not the target audience. I know it is for children. Some of the language is a bit outdated. So trigger warning for the N-word. But contextually and historically, from a historical contextual perspective, it makes sense. Because we are talking post-Western Europe migration to America during the 17 to 1800s, after the Irish potato famine. So historically it makes sense. Do I think he needed to put it into a children's book? No. That's me presuming this is a children's book. I don't know. Maybe I just read more adultish books as a child. It's not a bad book. Some parts are like really cool, some parts are really bad. There's not been anything that is like plot twisty, because I feel like Michael Morpurgo's style isn't really of that ilk. Michael Morpurgo just isn't kind of that like plot twisty vibe. It's not the vibe. But one thing I do want to do is read more of Michael Morpurgo's books. I have a very large amount of his backlog at home. But yeah, it's not going to be any more than a 3-star. I guess I can't really give you a rating because I don't really know. But if you want a rating, I guess find out in my yearly wrap up, because honey, thumbnail. They're gonna fall. So that has been my February reading for the love month, the month of love. I had I had like 4, 5.5-ish romance. 1 non-fiction, 1 thriller, and 1 historical fiction. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have read any of these books, let me know your thoughts down below. And if there are any books by these authors that you think I would like based on these books, or if there are any books by these authors that you think I would personally enjoy more or less by the same, more or less on the books I've stated today, let me know down below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Who does that? Give it a thumbs up if you like it. Rivka twins, love that. Thanks.